Hello everyone, my name is Ash and today's video is a little bit different only because we're introducing this. Now, this might just look like a boring old cardboard box, but this is the aging box. This is going to be a part of our tutorial box selection. They're going to be introduced quarterly, so every 4 months we're going to bring out a box that is specified to a makeup look. So the one for this quarter is aging. We've handpicked a selection of products to create aging. We've got things like latex that is going to help us create wrinkles, a bunch of sponges, so hair white, so that's going to help us create grey hairs, eyelashes, eyebrows, that sort of thing. I'm going to go through all the products, what they're used for, how they can be used, and yeah. So first things first, we're going to be taking the Mehron liquid latex. This is in the colour Flesh, and I'm going to be putting it into a small little cup so it's easier for us to dip our sponges. So you want to just fill the cup up a little bit at a time to prevent waste. We're going to be taking one of the black sponges as our latex applicator. So we're going to be starting off by creating wrinkles on the forehead. So you want to make sure that all your hair is pulled back, otherwise the latex will rip your hair out and it is not pleasant. So yeah, you want to get all your hair out of the way, and what I want to do is get my cup of latex and my sponge and just dip it in a little bit. You don't want too much latex on your sponge, otherwise it's going to take far too long to dry. What I'm going to do is pull back on my forehead and just dab lightly onto this half of my forehead. So don't touch your eyebrow, and make sure that all your baby hairs are safe. You can use petroleum jelly if you want to protect them more. So we're just going to pull back as much as possible on your forehead. Now it is a very lengthy process, so you just want to hold this position while the latex dries. You can use a hairdryer, which I've got here, that I'm just going to use to speed up the process. When you're not using your latex sponge, keep it inside. That you've already used will dry out and you won't have a stipple sponge anymore. It'll just be a solid piece. So that layer is dry, we're just going to do that all over again. So the process of stippling the latex, stretching out your face and waiting for it to dry, it will just be repeated all over the face. Once the latex is dry and I let go of my face, it'll create all these nice wrinkles because the latex has been put on while the face is taut. We're basically just going to do that over the entire face. Anywhere that you can pull, especially places around your cheek and your mouth, will be the most effective. You want to do it. Usually takes about 3 layers. The more layers you do, the more wrinkled effect you will get. Now we keep going. Alright, so it's the cheeks done. I'm now going to move on to my lips. Just by adding those few layers on each side of my mouth, just below my nose there, it has really accentuated those 2 lines. I've left my eyes only because I've got super sensitive skin and latex tends to react to anything near the eyes. So the next step is to take the Mehron Colour Set powder along with the Mehron Powder Puff. I'm just going to take the powder and put a generous amount on the powder puff. What I like to do is just fold it in half and give it a little. This way the powder actually goes into the powder puff and it doesn't just sit on top and create a mess everywhere. We're just going to take it to all the face, that way it will remove all the shine that you can see from the latex. So then I'm just going to take a large brush and dust off all that excess powder. So a good thing about the flesh colored latex is that when you put it on, plus the use of powder, and you have lighter skin, it will match fairly well. You don't have to use the flesh colored, it's just the one that comes in the kit, but just plain clear latex will achieve the same result. You just do it the exact same way, powder as well, and then rely more so on your colours to match your skin tone. Now that the face has been set and powdered, we're going to be taking the Mehron Mask Cover palette. This is their olive palette, so it comes with 3 lighter shades, 2 more medium shades, and a darker shade. For my skin tone, we're probably going to be taking one of the lighter skin tones, and then mixing in a darker one to create shadows. You're able to use like your fingertips, brush, sponge, whatever you feel necessary to apply the paints. So I'm going to be using the sponge only because it's included in the kit and I want to show you how I would use it. So I'm going to be taking the light olive shade and applying a thin layer just all over my face. I do like to take a bit off of the palette and use my hand to warm up the cream. And then because it is quite a thick based paint, that it does take a little bit for it to warm up. I'm just going to get a little bit of that on my sponge and dab it all around my face. So now that I've evened out my skin tone, I'm just going to be taking a brush and using a mixture of a little bit of that plus one of these lighter shades just to create some contour lines, some shading around my eyes, as well as taking a smaller brush and going on the insides of all these deeper lines. Obviously the more lines you add, the older you will look. It really depends on the age range you're going for. So I've just gone through and taken a mixture of these 2 shades here, darkened the lines around my nose, eyes, forehead and cheekbones. To set that, we're just going to take the colour set powder again on the powder puff and dab it all around. So I powdered that, but it has made it a little bit too subtle for my liking, so I'm just going to go in with what's left on this brush and just darken these little areas here. So the last step is applying the Mehron Hair White. So I'm just going to be using the spoolie and applying it to my eyelashes, my eyebrows, take my hair out and a little bit on my hair. Alright, so I've got a disposable makeup wand that I'm just going to dip into the hair white and just scrape off all that excess. Alright, so now I'm just going to, off camera because I can't see, brush it into my eyelashes, and then I'm going to do my eyebrows as well. So I've just put the hair white in my eyelashes and my eyebrows, and now they are looking like this. Onto the hair, you can apply as little or as much as you like, but because your eyebrows are completely white, that also means your hair is most likely going to be fairly light. So the white hairs come from the roots, so you're most likely to be doing a heavy application on your top and then letting it go lighter to more natural at the bottom. I've got a comb and we can use that same spoolie just to apply it to our roots. I'm just going to take my comb and brush that through. Alright, and that is it. This look is fairly simple. It is just the base makeup. You can take this to whatever level you would like. You can keep adding more wrinkles. You can add more makeup, so lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, that sort of thing. You can really turn it into whatever you like. I hope you have learned something. I think that's about it. I hope you like this. See you next time.